So you're thinking about a move to North Carolina, but you keep hearing this one phrase over and over: due diligence. What is it? Why do we use it? And why skipping it could cost you thousands of dollars? Hey y'all, I'm Pearl Tucker, your local real estate guide in the Smithfield, Raleigh, and Triangle area. And I'm here to talk about the most common misconception in the home buying process in North Carolina, especially if you're relocating here. In North Carolina, due diligence is the buyer's contractual period to fully investigate the home before the transfer of ownership. That includes inspections, title work, and securing financing. What makes it unique? You actually make an upfront payment to the seller called a due diligence fee, and it's non-refundable. And yes, that's very different from how many other states do it. But here's what most people don't know: why we even have it. North Carolina's due diligence process was designed to keep a fair balance between buyers and sellers. Buyers get time to dig deep, do inspections, appraisals, research HOA, research zoning, or even get a feel for the neighborhood. Sellers get to sign a commitment. That due diligence fee we talked about compensates them for taking their home off the market for you to start your due diligence. And the one legal kicker: you can walk away during this process at any point for any reason or no reason at all. Cold feet, roof issues, just not feeling it, doesn't matter. I call it your get out of jail free card, just with the price. And what is that price, you say? Completely negotiable with the seller. In areas like Smithfield and Clayton, we can see $1,000 to $2,000, or higher demand areas like Raleigh or Cary have seen upwards of $10,000 in really competitive markets. So yeah, due diligence, it's a pretty big deal, and that's why it's so important to work with someone local who understands the current market trends. If you're moving here from out of state like California, Texas, or New York, you're most likely used to contingency contracts, attorney review periods, or automatic refund windows. But here in North Carolina, the rules are a little bit different, and that's why it's so important to understand the due diligence process. When you buy a home in North Carolina, you're entering into what's called a due diligence period. This gives you a window of time to inspect the home, secure your financing, complete your appraisal, review HOA documents and title, research local zoning, flood maps, schools, and even internet speed. And the key distinction to note about the due diligence fee is that it's paid directly to the seller, and it's non-refundable if you choose to walk away for no reason or any reason at all. The only time the due diligence fee comes back to you is if you end up closing on the home, or in the rare instance that the seller breaches contract. Now let's talk about earnest money. Earnest money is an optional deposit that you can pair with the due diligence fee to show your commitment to the purchase to the seller. Unlike the due diligence fee, you pay out your earnest money to the closing attorney so that it's held in escrow until the completion of the purchase. And also, it actually can be refundable during the due diligence period as long as you choose to walk away during that time. But remember, due diligence fee is always kept by the seller if you walk away, but the earnest money can be refundable. Your due diligence deadline is the key date. Cancel before it, you lose the due diligence fee only. Cancel after, you may lose both of your deposits. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to empower you. These rules were made to protect both sides of the transaction, as long as you know how to work the system, and that's where I come in. Now let's talk about a real life story that happened with one of my sellers during the due diligence process. Let's say her name was Emily. Emily was selling her home during a peak time in our real estate market. I'm talking multiple offers, bidding wars, all the interest on her home. We ended up accepting an offer with a $20,000 due diligence tied to it. From the moment of acceptance, I told Emily from the very beginning, do not touch this money, just deposit it and leave it alone. It belongs to the buyer if the buyer closes on this home. I told her over the phone, reminded her in text message, even put it in an email format just to make sure she read it and understood. A few weeks into the process, I actually found out she spent the $20,000 on paying down credit cards and student loans. Now, this wouldn't have been an issue if the buyer had chosen to walk away, but they did proceed forward with the purchase and wanted to close on the home. meaning we had to give the $20,000 back at the closing table. She ended up having to take an emergency withdrawal out of her 401k, taking a penalty against it and a tax hit as well. This all could have been avoided if she had just remembered to listen to what I initially had told her by leaving the deposit in the bank. It was stressful and it was completely avoidable, and it should have never happened. And that's why I say don't just hire a real estate agent, hire somebody that's going to be your guide through the whole process. So if you're even thinking about a move to North Carolina, don't go in blind. I'm Pearl Tucker, your no-fluff Real Talk Realtor, and I'm here to be your guide. Whether you're 2 weeks away or 2 years away, I've got you every step of the way. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content to come your way. And don't forget to visit pearltucker.com to follow all my blogs and connect with me on social media.